You may have seen this photo. It is ousted Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro giving a double thumbs up. This was as he was being led in custody after his capture. Maduro was standing next to the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration, Terry Cole. DEA Administrator Terry Cole joins me. Nice to talk to you, sir.
Hey, Greta. Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, and thanks for your great work. So tell me, I take it do you speak Spanish?
I do. Yes, ma'am. I was in Colombia for 4.5 years. I was fortunate enough to be there when we were rebuilding the Colombian National Police and dealing with some of the issues in Venezuela during the early 2000s as well.
So were you able to have a conversation with Maduro, or did you have a conversation with him at all?
I did not. I just welcomed him to the United States, told him that I was the director of the Drug Enforcement Administration, and that was basically it. For me, it was all about business. I was looking into the eyes of evil. I was looking into a foreign dictator that deals with foreign terrorists to send poison to the United States. This is all about business. This is all about protecting Americans. This is all about defending our national security and standing up for what's right.
Did he acknowledge you in any way, or did he just listen to you when you told him that?
He was surprised that the director of the Drug Enforcement Administration was standing there. But I was standing there for the 12,000 DEA employees that have a single mission. And that mission is to protect the United States, save American lives, and hold people accountable, hold terrorists accountable that are sending this poison to the United States.
Okay, now let's go back to Friday night, 10:46. President Trump gives the go-ahead. When did you first learn, or were you like part of all the planning? Tell me how the DEA works on this.
Yeah, so the DEA has been supporting our federal partners. We are deeply embedded with the Department of War in all aspects to defend our country, to bring these foreign terrorists to the United States to stand trial for their atrocities. We have been involved from the start, and we continue to support all the efforts of the Department of War, the IC community, and all our federal law enforcement partners. But it was the great work of the men and women of the DEA that started this case years ago. This regime has been sending this poison to the United States, been working with the foreign designated terrorist FARC, been working with the foreign designated terrorist ELN, along with the TDA, the Cartel de Soles, and let's remember, working hand in hand with the Sinaloa cartel, with CJNG, with the Zetas, to send this poison into the United States for the sole purpose to kill Americans.
When did DEA take custody of him? Did you take custody of him once he was arrested, or was DEA part of the operation, or was it the Department of Justice? Whose plane was it that brought him here?
We took custody of him in country from the Department of War. He was transported to the United States via an FBI aircraft.
And where was his wife?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that. She was with him, and according to the agents that were there, he did not ask once about his wife. The entire ride there. During processing, he didn't ask any questions about the whereabouts of his wife.
When is the last time he likely saw her, though? I mean, if they were on the same plane, would they have seen each other on the same plane?
They were sitting in close proximity when I walked up the steps and walked towards the back of the aircraft.
I take it you didn't have a conversation with his wife?
No, ma'am, I did not.
All right. When was this operation first conceived? How many months ago?
I would have to refer you directly to the Department of War as when they started their planning. We have just supported their efforts from the start. The Department of War and DEA have been embedded together for close to 35 years in this fight against narco trafficking.
A lot of people are saying today, I hear otherwise, is that fentanyl comes in from at the West Coast, from China through Mexico, the United States. Cocaine comes in through Venezuela. Cocaine poisons. I mean, it ruins families. I get it. But some people are even denying that the Venezuelan transit point or a point of origin, that it goes on to Europe, it doesn't come here. Does cocaine come from Venezuela? Do those narco-terrorists, are they part of transporting it here to the United States?
Absolutely. And the Cartel de Soles in TDA, they are an integral part in the transportation, distribution, and manufacturing of cocaine, predominantly in Colombia, working with the FARC and the ELN to send this poison to the U.S.
I can't even imagine if I were running a cartel in Venezuela right now, what I'd be thinking. I mean, first of all, you've got the boats that have been hit. Now you've got the leader of one of the cartels and his wife. Actually, I think his wife is probably more involved than he is. That's my guess, because she seems pretty crafty. But now they are now not a problem to the United States. Those boats and the president, the former president or leader, and his wife. What do you think the cartel leaders are thinking today?
I think cartel leaders all over the world, specifically in the Western Hemisphere, are looking over their shoulders. The DEA will not rest. The DEA will continue to pursue these cartel members, these designated foreign terrorists, with the sole purpose to bring them to justice in the United States. We have to do this. We have to protect our kids. We have to protect our citizens. And the men and women at DEA are back to global enforcement. Global enforcement with our foreign counterparts that have been a staple mark of DEA for 40 plus years. The foreign counterparts still want to work with DEA. They want peace and prosperity in their country just like we do here. They want to save their citizens just like we do here. There is a select group of foreign terrorists that rule those countries that need to be dealt with. In the DEA, the Department of War, the State Department, all our federal partners are laser focused on supporting President Trump, the Attorney General, to accomplish this. We have to do this. This is a war we cannot lose.
Well, the execution of this was flawless. No Americans were hurt, and you got your prey. So congratulations to the DA and other law enforcement. DEA Administrator Terry Cole, thank you, sir. People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.